Good morning students, welcome back to e-commerce class. Last class we discussed categories of supply chain, that is physical supply chain, vertical supply chain, and also we discussed benefits of supply chain management points, then corporate purchasing. Okay, today in this class we are going to discuss obstacles in adopting electronic business applications and electronic business security solutions. Let us start with obstacles in electronic business adopting applications. This question in a final year exam they will ask for 15 marks. You have to explain each and every point, you have to write in detail. Obstacles, the problems they are facing in electronic business. To start the electronic business, what are the obstacles, what are the problems they are facing? Okay, this is nothing but your obstacles here. First one is security. E-business considers digital data exchange between trading partners. Here they have to maintain security of online data. The online data should be secured. Hence, electronic business systems naturally have greater security risks than traditional business systems. Therefore, it is important for electronic business systems to be fully protected against the risks of hacking and unauthorized access. Like hackers will be there for hacking the information of the online business or online data, because the customers credit card numbers, everything will be they are entering in this electronic business, and all the company details of products, everything will be there in your website. That online data should be secured, that security they have to maintain here. Okay, that they may face problems, it's not secured means, because hackers will hack the information from the different websites, that should be there, that is one obstacle here. Then privacy and confidentiality. Here privacy and confidentiality is nothing but secret, they have to maintain their own secrets here. Individual privacy is threatened or stolen in e-business, as data could be downloaded from various sites. Because individual information they will ask while we are purchasing a product, maybe it is credit card details, debit card details, everything will enter there. It is important to maintain privacy of one's business data and provide intellectual property protection system. And confidentiality, private kept issues, it is nothing but private kept issues is the extent to which businesses makes personal information available to other businesses and individuals. With any business, confidential information must remain secure and only be accessible to the intended recipient. The authorized person can access the privacy and confidentiality details, not unintentional person or unauthorized person can access that one. That they have to maintain here, it is very important, because the private information of individuals as well as companies, it is very important, no one should access that information, no one should stole that information. Okay, that is must and should, it is one benefit, it is one obstacles in e-business. Okay, next one is authenticity, that is here e-business transactions pose greater challenges for establishing authenticity, reality or truth, because the electronic information may be altered and copied easily. Like here correct completeness, authenticity, correct information should be there, it should not be altered there. Hence, the trading parties in an e-business transaction want to have the assurance that the other party is who they claim to be. One common way to ensure this is to limit access to a network or trusted parties by using a virtual private network (VPN) technology. All accesses can be with passwords and digital keys. Here, the information should not be altered. Whatever information you are entering of your private details, information or personal details, that should not be altered. That should be secured by passwords and digital keys. That is one obstacle here. One more is data integrity. Data integrity is nothing but correctness. Data integrity is the assurance that the message received is identical to the message sent. A business needs to be confident that data is not changed in transit, whether deliberately or by accident. The data should not be changed. Whatever the sender sends the message, that has to received by the receiver in exact form what the sender has sent. It should not be altered there, it should not be changed, should not be added any other information. And thus the receiver has to send whatever the sender has sent details again back to sender. There also the data should not be changed. To help with data integrity, firewalls, that is computer program used to protect stored data against unauthorized access, while simply backing up data allows recovery should the data or equipment be damaged. Here the firewalls will be used, that is one computer program used for this data integrity, that protect the data from this unauthorized access. Okay, that is also one obstacle here. Next is non-repudiation. Here this non-repudiation concern deals with the existence or availability of proof in a transaction. A business must have assurance that the receiving party or purchased cannot deny that a transaction has occurred, and this means having sufficient evidence to prove the transaction. One way to address non-repudiation is using digital signatures. A digital signature not only ensures that a message or document has been electronically signed by the person, created by one person, signed by the person, but since a digital signature can only be created by one person, it also ensures that this person cannot later deny that they provided their signature. Here non-repudiation can be maintained by digital signatures. Okay. Next is availability. This concern is specifically pertinent to a business, customers, as certain information must be available when customers need it. Because availability of service is important for all e-business websites, steps must be taken to prevent disruption of service by events such as power failures and damage to physical infrastructure. Okay, example, data backup, fire suppression system, uninterrupted power supply, UPS systems, virus protection, powerful servers. These all are required for avoiding this obstacle. Availability, 24-hour service if they are providing the electronic business websites. At the time they required all these products, all these electronic goods. Here, to address this include data backup is must and should, and uninterrupted power supply should be there, virus protection should be there, as well as making sure that there is sufficient capacity to handle the demands posed by heavy network traffic, that is powerful server should be there. If the server is not powerful, whenever you click the option, it will not display the exact information within a time. In an e-business, you required powerful servers. Next is physical security. Despite e-business being business done online, there are still physical security measures that can be taken to protect the business as a whole, especially the hardware part. Even though business is done online, the building that houses the servers and computers must be protected and have limited access to employees and other persons. Proper locking system, fire extinguishing system, security personnel, etc. can be considered here. Here physical security is also must and should for electronic business hardware parts. Whatever the computers, whatever the UPS servers, all routers they are using, that should be protected. They should be kept in a manner, secured manner. The only authorized person can touch those electronic goods. Okay, that is one obstacle here. Next, data storage. It is also very important. Storing data in a secure manner is very important to all businesses, but especially to e-businesses where most of the data is stored in an electronic manner. Data that is confidential should not be stored on the electronic business server, but instead moved to another physical machine to be stored. If possible, this machine should not be directly connected to the internet and should also be stored in a safe location. The information should be stored in an encrypted format. The stored information should be kept in encrypted format. No one should access that information, and if they access also, they should not get any details about the data of the company. Okay, these are the main obstacles in electronic business. In a final year exam, they will ask this question for 15 marks, right? Obstacles of e-business. You can add many more to this. If you know the points, you can add also, and you can write these all points and write these notes in your notebook. All I am sending PDF also. You write the notes. Okay, next one more topic we are discussing today. Here, electronic business security solutions. Okay, we discussed obstacles. Then what are the security solution for this? This they will ask in 5 marks for exam. Okay, what security they are using for your electronic business? First one is encryption here. Here, e-business security solution which meet the goals such as data integrity, strong authentication and privacy. Obstacles are there. To maintain that, you require security solutions. For that, first one is encryption, which is actually a part of cryptography. Involves transferring text or message into a code which is unreadable. Like through the cryptography, that will be message will be converted into code that the normal person cannot read that. Just he can see the numbers and everything. He can't see the exact message what transferred. Like that encryption they can do. These messages have to be decrypted in order to be understandable or usable for someone. Before reading that information, again it should be decrypted. Okay, you can do the encryption, you can keep the data like that only. No one, if they access also, they can see only the codes. It will be not in the text format. And to read the proper message or to decrypt that encrypted message, there is a key that identifies the data to a certain person or a company. Symmetric crypto systems use single private key, but asymmetric crypto systems, there will be two systems, symmetric crypto systems, asymmetric crypto systems. In a symmetric crypto system, only one key will be there. If you enter that key, it will be decrypted. But in asymmetric crypto system, there will be two keys. One is public and one is private. The public one is used for encryption and the private for decryption. If you can set public encryption, automatically that will be encrypted. No one can access they can access message, but that will be in the format of unreadable in a quotes. Whenever they use private key, automatically it will be decrypted. They can read the message. The level of the actual encryption can be adjusted and should be based on the information. A company needs to be sure that the keys are registered with a certificate authority. It's very important here. Encryption they can do like this, they can secure their data. Next one is digital certificates. The goal of a digital certificate is to identify the owner of a document. Okay, digital certificates, they can upload digital certificate, but goal of that digital certificate is to identify who is the owner for that document. This way the receiver knows that it is an authentic document, like they can identify the owner whether it is the authorized person certificates or not. Okay, they can identify the receiver is authentic by that certificate, whether it is authentic document or not. Companies can use these certificates in several different ways. They can be used as a replacement for usernames and passwords. Each employee can be given these to access the documents that they need from wherever they are. These certificates also use encryption. They are a little more complicated than normal encryption, however. They actually use important information within the code. Digital certificates are not commonly used because they are confusing for people to implement. Like people will get confusion. So those are used in wherever the necessary, like where we will find out whether the person is authorized or not, he is authentic person or not. To identify that, the companies will use digital certificates. There can be complications when using different browsers, which may lead to use multiple certificates. The process is being adjusted so that it is easier to use. Some companies they will use this kind of digital certificates. By that easily they can identify the receiver, that is authentic person who will receive their goods. Okay. Next is digital signatures. It is also one of the ways to secure online information. If a document has a digital signature on it, no one else is able to edit the information without being detected. Without being detected, no one can change the document's information. That way, if it is edited, it may be adjusted for reliability after the fact. If they change also, we will come to know like they have changed this information. In order to use a digital signature, to put a digital signature, one must use a combination of cryptography and a message digest. Okay, you should use cryptography and message digest. A massive digest is used to give the document a unique value. From the massive digest, the unique number you can set to document. That value is then encrypted with the sender's private key. Who is sending? They must have one key, and that unique value will be encrypted with the sender's private key. It will be encrypted with the sender's private key. Means you should have cryptography and massive digest for the digital signatures. By that easily you can identify if the document changed, you will come to know like it is changed like that by the digital signatures. These are the electronic business security solutions. They will ask in exam for 5 marks. These are very important. In a short questions they are asking this kind of questions. Okay. Next class we are going to discuss electronic business strategy and electronic strategy. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice time.